Hey guys, Maya here and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing part 2 of playing Locked Heart. So we're in the main menu, so we're going to open up my save data. Oh, and then we just pop right in. Almost 2 weeks have passed since I arrived at the Durlock's mansion. I kept my hand near my mouth, but this time to hide the blush flooding my cheeks. Oh, whoopsies. I keep forgetting that if you tap the left side, it makes it go back, and the right, it's like kind of like a storybook. Oh goodness. Okay, there we go. I kept myself busy enough. I helped with general chores such as cooking, which I'm finally able to do after convincing them. At least I could pretend I had made it to my new job and practice my skills. However, I still had no idea how to break the curse. Seeing images of my wrinkling old self being trapped here forever wasn't helping either. It freaked me out rather than motivated me to look harder for the solution. At least the toys won't see themselves get old over the years. After I said that, I realized I should keep it to myself. Being trapped in toys' bodies wasn't a good thing after all. I often thought about the youngest child, Gold. They said that she was a doll who remains lifeless, and I continuously wonder why. Why is she different? Maybe she holds a clue to breaking the curse. Maybe because in the previous chapter, in part 1 that we played, she had like the special heart locket, and then we found out also that her mom was the previous chef at this mansion. So I feel like that locket's going to have something to do with it. As I whispered this to myself while wandering the east wing, I remember I didn't know which room was Gold's. In fact, they hadn't told me anything more about her. It's probably because they don't trust me yet. However, as I walked the halls, I realized I need to meet Gold. I just had this feeling in my chest, and I hoped everyone would agree. I knocked on the door of Soul's workroom. It was the room he used for his sewing projects. I'm curious if we got the dress you made yet. Soul looked up from his drafting board, where there were sketches under his paws. Is there something troubling you, Lady Aura? I know this is kind of straightforward, but if it's okay with you, would I be able to meet your sister? Soul didn't say anything in response. He sort of tilted his head in a thought and touched a paw to his hip. I'm sorry, I know I'm asking a lot, but you said I have to come here for some reason, right? Soul remained silent, and I understood that he needed to think about it. It made sense for him to hesitate. But still, I feared that he would reject my request. He hopped down from his chair and walked past me. Soul? Oh, he's gonna take us there. Yeah. Please follow me, Lady Aura. Even though it's a teddy bear, I'm blushing. Soul led me to a set of large white double doors. I'd seen the doors countless times already, but I never really paid attention to it. He opened it and ushered me inside. Beyond the door, on a velvet settee, sat the most beautiful doll I'd ever seen. Her shining gold curls cascaded around her shoulders. Her eyes were as blue as the sky. But looking into those eyes gave me a dismal feeling. They seemed empty. This is your sister? Or this is my sister Gold. She's beautiful. Indeed. I'm curious if that's actually what she looked like previously. Like, I know she's technically supposed to be Goldie. She's technically supposed to be the Goldilocks of the three bears. But I'm curious if she looks like exactly like that, or if that's just kind of more like a doll-like look that they made her into, or the witch made her into. Soul hesitated and then looked up at me. I apologize for not introducing you sooner. It's just gold is very precious to me, and we want to protect her at all costs. I hope you won't be offended by this. I shook my head and smiled at him. Don't worry, I understand. Will the others be okay with this? They won't question my decision, but I don't think it would be an issue with anyone. We've been discussing whether to introduce you to Gold for some time. Aura? A girl's voice called to me. I whipped my head around, and there was no one there except for Soul and I. Did you hear that? Hear what? Someone called my name. Soul glanced at me I can't speak. Soul gave me a concerned look as I continued to gaze about the room. Oh my goodness. Excuse, I'm smiling, and then I'm thinking, because I think the locket has something to do with it, and I think that's she can hear Gold. I didn't hear anything at all. Feeling apprehensive, I instinctively reached for my locket and squeezed it for reassurance. I think the locket has something to do with it. It was impossibly warm. Gasp. I don't know, there's just exclamation marks there. I'm not sure what type of noise that would make. My vision blurred and the world around me began to spin. I heard Soul's voice yelling my name, but it faded to silence as I collapsed into the darkness. My heart. I heard the sweet, melancholic voice, but I didn't understand what it was talking about. Something about a heart. The locket. I don't know how long I was out. The darkness seemed to stretch on forever. I opened my eyes, but I would immediately close them when the pain throbbed at my temples. I cringed. What just happened to me? Lady Aura! I felt a warm touch on my forehead. The sensation was strange, especially since I was in a house with only toys. Did they turn? Are they human now? Lady Aura, are you alright? The voice was familiar, so soft and gentle. Soul? I opened my eyes. This time my head was resting on someone's lap. Yes! 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 Oh my god! Does he even realize? Does he realize he's a human right now? Oh my goodness. Thank goodness you're finally awake. I stared up at the I'm blushing, man. This is why it's so hard to play these games when, like, recording these. Anything can happen. I just, like, instantly go red. I stared up at the face of a blonde prince hovering over me. Concern spread over his handsome features. His hair was a sunshine yellow, and his eyes were the color of jade. I like how in this, like, I like the art style for the fact of the eye, like the actual, like, eye, not like the pupil, I guess, the color part. I don't know, like the kind of like the outside part of the eye is the same color as your eye. I don't know, I just wanted to say that. I really like that. How are you feeling? Gasp. I don't know, like, what noise does an exclamation mark make? I tried to get away from this strange person, but my headache shot up to an excruciating level, and I felt the dizziness return. The prince eased me back down. Please lie still for a little longer. You hit your head rather hard when you fell a while ago. It was my fault for not being able to help you. For that, I deeply apologize, my lady. Who are you? I didn't understand why there was a human here. Only toys lived in the Durlock's mansion now. His face was kind, but I couldn't help feeling scared. It is me, Soul. Another gasp. Your Soul? The smile he showed me was so gentle. Strange as it sounded, I believed it was Soul because of that smile. Just how hard did I hit my head? It came to a surprise as me as well. Everything happened so fast. I don't know how to explain it. Wait, if you're back to being human, then the others are human again as well? But her gaze shifted towards Gold. Was sitting there. She hadn't moved, still a lifeless doll. Hey everyone, so I'm just popping in the video real quickly to apologize about the future footage that you're about to see in this video. I didn't notice that the camera wasn't in focus, so I'll really be sure to keep an eye on that in future videos. I'm clearly blind as a bat, so it's hard to tell when I'm filming, but I will really try to do better. I hope you enjoyed this video regardless, and have a good day. Alright, bye everyone. Sorry for the sudden cut. My hot water tank just went on, so I waited for that to finish, but now we're back. Alright, so basically what happened so far, Soul is now somehow a human, but Gold is still like a doll, and we don't know about everyone else. We thought the curse had finally ended, but... ... Hearing the soft disappointment in his voice made my chest feel tight. Can you stand? Yes. Easy now. I held onto Soul's arm as I tried to get to my feet. My legs felt boneless. It took all the strength not to collapse onto the floor again. The higher I rose from my position, the dizzier I felt. Unable to stop myself, I fell against Soul's chest. Aw, generic. Soul. I apologize for this, my lady. Bruh, the Soul swept me into his arms without any hesitation. My instinct was to flail, but I barely had the energy to speak. Put me down. You are weak and tired. I cannot let you walk in this condition. I opened my mouth to argue, but I couldn't even muster words anymore. I felt so tired. I closed my eyes and leaned against Soul's chest. The rhythm of his heart echoed in my head, luring me to sleep. So we're gonna do 2 chapters, because that chapter just seemed really short, and I want to know more. So let's keep going. After the fainting spell, I slept like the dead for a day. When I finally awoke, I could feel the ton of bricks laid upon my head. My paper white skin made the dark circles beneath my eyes look even worse. Even a dead person can look better than I do. What kind of expression is that, Miss Aura? You look so funny. I glowed at the petite girl beside me. Her pink ponytail swayed when she bobbed her head. Her pretty blue eyes sparkled with laughter, which darkened my expression. When I woke up, Lily was the one beside me. She filled me in on the important details. Everyone saw the same light when they all transformed back to their human form. No one knew the cause of the light or the transformation, but they decided I had to be related to it since the light happened after I fainted, and they soon transformed. The curse was not broken, but it was disturbed. Everyone was convinced my coming here was simply not a coincidence. Lily was about to leave the room when someone suddenly opened the door. You're not supposed to enter a lady's room without permission, Lord Dion? Oh, I'm curious what he's gonna say, because he's like been acting all tough and rude to us this whole time. What if you saw Miss Aura unclothed? Oh wait, no. I'm getting them mixed up. Dion's the one I'm trying to get. He's the younger one that's like the playboy type. A guy with platinum blonde hair was leaning against the doorframe. He resembled Soul very, very much, except for the lighter hair and the amber eyes. Can I come in? There you go. I just asked permission. Lord Dion! And to see Aura naked? Now that would be a rare and lovely sight. See, he's the playboy type. Dion's lip turned into a sly grin when he finally saw me in my bed. I don't know whether he was joking or being serious, but knowing Dion is definitely the latter. I gave him a stern glare, but that didn't stop the blush flooding into my cheeks. That is not something a gentleman would say. Lily sighed with an exasperation at Dion's unrelenting grin. It looked as if she wanted to say more, but given Dion's stubbornness, she probably thought there was little she could do. I had better go and help Miss Maria now. Please do not cause Miss Aura any trouble. Dion raised his hands in surrender, but his grin didn't change. Easy now, I won't do nothing. Good. Lily gave him one more glare before leaving the hall. Dion shrugged and wandered into my room. That was a rather interesting conversation. There are consequences to seeing me naked, though. You'll no doubt suffer permanent blindness, he chuckled. I don't mind being blind forever, knowing the last thing I've seen is something so beautiful. A deep blush covered my face, and I glared at him. Pervert. Dion chuckled again. I'm glad that you're all right. My brother has been worried about you, you know. Really? Yeah, I'm sure he'll be here in 3, 2... As Dion counted, the sound of soft but rapid footsteps came hurrying down the hall. Sol stumbled in and stood beside Dion, bending down, trying to catch his breath. And one. My lady. Sol huffed between his words, pressing his hand against his chest as he regained his breath. You are finally awake. I gave Sol a worried look. I feel like he's probably not worried about the fact that she just woke up. It's probably the fact that Dion's in her. And that's it. The fact that Dion is in her room. Are you alright, Sol? I should be the one asking you that, my lady. I came as soon as I found out you were awake. Dion leaned one arm against the wall and whisked a low sound. You seem more worried than usual, Sol. How suspicious. Sol blushed at the smirk Dion wore with pride. Stop that, brother. As usual, it was really fun watching my little brother get flustered. Little brother? It took me a moment to remember that Dion was the oldest son. It didn't really help that Dion was a few inches shorter and Sol behaved with a greater air of maturity. When they stood together, it was easy to forget who was the eldest. So noisy, can't you keep your voice down, Dion? It's still so early in the morning. A third male came in from the hall. As he walked in, his dark skin and piercing silver eyes were revealed, which seemed even more dangerous when combined with the annoyed look on his face. And you must be royal. She seemed very unimpressed. What's your problem, old man? It's not like anyone can hear me anyways. There are plenty of animals who would disagree. Dion smirked at Royal and shrugged his hands in a dismissive wave. Swung his hands in a dismissive wave. Do people actually do that? They're like, no. Like, I've never caught myself doing that, but I see it a lot in, like, shows or whatever. I'm not sure. Is that just, like, a thing, like, in, like, anime and things? Or do actually people go like that? Because when I think of this, I think of, like, ooh, it's stinky.
Uh-oh. Stinky.
And since when did you become so friendly with animals? Since realizing they're higher beings than you and deserve the respect. Royal is really throwing out those burns. Royal certainly didn't fit the butler role when he spoke to Dion, a Durloc's son, in such a manner. I guess 7 years as teddy bears changed the relationship. Or maybe they were always close enough to argue this way. So you're like the king of the forest now, Papa Bear? I flinched at the nickname, having forgotten about it after my sleeping spell. Royal shot me a glare and I immediately faced the floor. The Royal sighed. How mature, Dion. Why, thank you. I shifted uncomfortably on my bed, lifting my head a little. I wasn't bothered too much about it, but they were arguing in my room, which seemed improper, even if I was the only a guest in the house. I think Sol realized my discomfort because he stepped between Royal and Dion. He looked displeased, though it didn't diminish the gentleness of his features. Gentlemen, Aura is a lady and our guest. Please some restraint and respect. I saw Royal wince, but he didn't show much remorse. Tisk, I have no time for idiots like him. I thought he looked a little sulky at being told off, but it might have been my imagination. Royal's still a grumpy old bear. The knowledge was a little revelating. I was getting used to his growing personality, and I would have missed the grumpy Royal. Oops. There you are. Oh, Dion. That voice. Following the sudden voice, a lady with long black hair and startling red eyes came in from the hall. I'm gonna guess this is Maria. There was a demonic aura around her, not weakened by the deadly glare she aimed at Dion's head. Ah! Miss Maria, fancy meeting you here. I gaped at the doorway. Ah! Oh. That is Miss Maria? I'd always imagined her to be a school teacher or someone similar to my previous landlady. Not too old, but showing plenty of age as someone tasked of taking care of the Durlock's children. Miss Maria, however, looked to be the only in her mid to late 20s. Slacking off from work again, eh, Dion? I was just... Miss Maria didn't give Dion the chance to finish, taking a hold of his ear and then proceeding to drag him towards the door. Ow, 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 careful with my ears. Stopping before she left the room, Miss Maria looked at me as if discovering I was there. Her arm lowered a little, pulling Dion down with it. His teary eyes made my heart throb in sympathy, even if he did it to himself by avoiding his chores. Oh, so you're finally awake. Yeah. Do I have an idea how this happened? I slowly shook my head. Her tense manner of speaking hadn't changed, leaving me nervous but a little relieved. I felt I should apologize, but she sighed and continued speaking before I could. Thought so. The answer will no doubt come at the right time. I trust they shall as well. Sol offered me a gentle smile and excused himself from the room. Miss Maria, can you let go now? Miss Maria turned her stern eyes from me and resuming glaring at Dion. No, you're coming with me. Resuming her retreat, Miss Maria dragged Dion from the room by the ear. I heard him whimpering and begging for mercy all the way down the hall. I squeezed my locket, confused and anxious over what just occurred in my room. It scared me as the little things seemed more normal when they were plush toys. I feel this happens a lot. Like, Aura will just be sitting there, and then everyone just, like, surrounds her and starts arguing. That happened in the first chapter when they were preparing to make her dress. Hopefully I'll figure out those answers soon. Wow, these chapters are really short, but we just did 2 chapters, so I'm going to save. So there was a lot of progression in the 2 chapters that I read. I feel like I'm slowly getting better at reading out loud. It's just because I'm currently, like, not in school, like, I've graduated and I'm just waiting for September for college to start, so I don't really have that chance to read out loud, so I feel like I did better than my first episode. I saw that there were some people who were interested in this part 2. That's why I did it. So if you'd like a part 3, please let me know down in the comments and like this video. I'm starting to get very invested in the story, seeing that now there is a lot of character development and progression that's happening right now, especially now seeing that everyone except Gold no longer has the curse. So that's nice, because I was curious on how that would go, if it would be like their plush animals all the way up until the point of where you're officially on someone's route, or if it'd be something that happens at the end, or like in this case, it happened quite early on into the story, only in chapter 2. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell button if you'd like to be notified when I post, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright, bye guys!